Just 4 weeks ago, the humble environs of Lewis Downs hosted the first four stakes races in its short history. The massive success of that day kicked off a torrid summer schedule that has set the stage for a much anticipated return to the swamps of Gainesville. Today, fresh faces and seasoned competitors take on the task of the turf. In a gallop on the grass, both veterans and juveniles await the challenge of this champion's cauldron, while the older stock will vie for the large purses of four more stakes races. A new generation of colts and fillies make their eagerly awaited premiere. Here on the emerald sward of Lewis Downs, with horse racing's elite looking on, who will find their way to the flowers of the winner's circle? As Chris Lewis's Google Sheets-based horse racing simulation Dynasty Fantasy League continues, this is the inaugural Lewis Downs Turf Championships. And once again, we welcome you to Lewis Downs in beautiful Gainesville, Florida for race day 14. Conditions again are perfect, and the crowd is settling in for what should be another exciting night of racing. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jimmy Rakes, your stride by stride guide for a 13 race schedule tonight, concluding with the four stakes races of the Lewis Downs Turf Championships. But of course, before we head out to the track, let's get a preview of tonight's action with the pregame show and our host, Chris Lewis.
Thanks, Jimmy. Since we met 2 weeks ago, I know the news has been really slow, so hopefully we can provide some entertainment. All right, of course, we're looking at today's stakes schedule. There's four turf championships. We're real pumped about that. But before that, we'll talk about a new generation. There's 73 two-year-olds racing today. They're all making their debut. 23 of them are unowned, but exactly 50 of them are owned by all you. And that's all 12 stables have two-year-olds making their debuts today, to include A-grade horse Sounds of the Void, owned by Brett's stable. The other A-grade horse, Luck of the Irish, Kaylin's given the day off and saving for later in the calendar. All right, so back to the stake schedule. The first one is the Lewis Downs 3-year-old female turf championship. So normally we'd look at the grades and tell you who the favorites are. I'm going to tell you I'm having a hard time with this one because Beach Carrot is an A-grade horse, but she's super tired and she hates the turf. After that, B-grade horse is Intention. She's super tired too and has underperformed a little bit this year. And when you go beyond that, you're looking at D-grade horses that are 3 grades below Beach Carrot. So if I was a bettor, I wouldn't touch this one with a 10-foot pole. But Jimmy, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's gonna be a close one. Yeah, really not much to add there. I think you nailed it.
So this was my so that's who my favorite is. I don't know for that one. But I've got more to say about the next few. So the Lewis Downs 3-year-old male turf championship, more evenly matched on paper. Of course, we always talk about Supply and Demand, the C-grade horse, and Lemke, D-grade horse, but there's other ones that are just, within a couple grades of each other. So if the grade favorite is Supply and Demand, but there's some grade D horses that are plus on the turf. Those include Jazz and owned by Jimmy, and Spothead owned by Kaylin. And then, of course, never count him out. Lemke, our all-time winningest horse in terms of prize money. After that, we'll have the Lewis Downs 4 and up female turf championship. 12 horses in that one, including apology accepted. Andrews Portugal the Fast is taking the day off. perhaps waiting for the last day. Who knows? Um, all right, so the grade favorite is apology accepted, the A grade horse, but there is a grade B horse that's plus plus on turf. That's Pernicious, owned by Macy. Finally, the last race of the day will be the Lewis Downs 4-and-up male turf championship. Oh, Jimmy, this one's got your dark horse.
Yes, it does. I think it's a big dark horse too. I'm going with Enchantment to show. Enchantment, 5 races and no wins, places, or shows so far. Not the least amount of money won in this draw, but pretty close in an outlaw with the least amount of money. But yeah, just got a feeling about Enchantment right there in the middle. And yeah, not much after that. Just a feeling for Enchantment there.
Maybe he's due.
There you go. That's the one right there.
All right. On top of that, Casey said it's not a rivalry, but we don't say that in Quicksilver. Keep going. The 2 B grade horses keep going back and forth. It was Quicksilver won the sprint championship 4 weeks ago, and we don't say that got second. Then 2 weeks ago, I think it was, we don't say that won a race, and Quicksilver got second in the same race. So they keep finishing first and second, and they're flip-flopping. So I'm going to call it a rivalry. So as far as grade favorites, the rivalry continues. We don't say that in Quicksilver. And then 1 grade behind them, grade C, that are plus plus on turf, includes Peter Berg, owned by Jimmy, and Chasmo 69, owned by Johnny. One more race to look at is, this is the race open to 2-year-olds only, the top 2-year-olds. There's also going to be 2-year-olds that are grades E to K that are racing today. But this is the top race, and the one I really want to highlight that we're all real excited to see is the A grade horse, Sounds of the Void, out of the 2 gate, the number 2 post position. But 15 horses, that one's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Absolutely, Chris. Agree on that one as well.
Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see them.
Bunch of new names to get to there.
Yes. All right. Here's the standings as they are before we race today. Nate's lead on first is about 120, or excuse me, 427,000, 425,000, let's call it. Yeah. So, and then Jimmy's just outside the top 6. So we got, I think I'm excited. I think there's a lot can happen today. There's 13 races, 4 stakes races, a bunch of debuts. So maybe we'll see some things shuffle around. Okay, after this is the home stretch. Day 18 is our big Breeders' Cup meet with 13 stakes races all in one day. Days 15, 16, and 17 will be closer. I'll let you know now that I plan on having more claiming races. And I think it's because there may be more of an appetite, or maybe there ought to be more of an appetite for them now. Some stables might be trying to raise more money to close out the season. You can offload horses that you don't want to carry into next season. Maybe you want to add horses for breeding purposes, or add them as you build your stables for next year, or position your add or subtract horses as you think is prudent for the Breeders' Cup meet coming up. So there's going to be more claiming races. And then finally, I'll tell you now, I often add unowned horses just for the purpose of getting a race up to the 6 entries. For the Breeders' Cup meet, if there's space, all of the unowned horses are racing. We're going to have big fields. And if not, it's not going to be because I left them out. And then reminder, party at my house, but that's not till September. So let's do day 14 first. Ready, Jimmy?
All right. It might not be till September, but get your tickets now.
Yeah, they're going fast.
They're going fast. All right, let's head out to the beautiful Lewis Downs track. We're going to start out on the dirt today for race 1. Some J's and some K's. And we've got 4 horses in their first races ever for 2-year-olds. Almost Yankee, Pagacha, Eye Candy, and Calamity. And going up against Cyrus Jones and Cleventricus. And should be a good one, just J's and K's. Nice and close. Maybe Cyrus Jones a bit of advantage, being the elder statesman, if you will, of the field.
Sure. So all else equal, there's a 4 out of 6 chance that we have our first ever 2-year-old winner in this one.
Awesome. All right, let's head out to the dirt. And one of those races where everybody gets the money. We've got 6 of them in there. And let's see how that 30,000 purse gets divvied up. And they're off. Calamity out to an early lead over Pagacha, followed by Cleventricus, Almost Yankee, Eye Candy, and Cyrus Jones. Pagacha building a lead now. Cleventricus in second, Calamity not far behind, and Pagacha halfway through with a half-length lead over the field. Cyrus Jones charging hard now, though, and takes the lead. Cyrus Jones trying to pull away from the field as we come around the turn. It's Cyrus Jones by more than half a length over the field. Pagacha, Calamity, Eye Candy, Almost Yankee, and Cleventricus all close for second, but it's looking like Cyrus Jones trying to pull away. Pagacha and Calamity closing fast, though. We're looking at a close finish. Pagacha's right there. Cyrus Jones holds off the field, and it's the free agent Cyrus Jones with the victory. Pagacha to place. Eye Candy with the show, followed by Cleventricus, Almost Yankee, and Calamity. So Kalen there and Pagacha in second, and my boy Eye Candy in third.
Yeah, and Cyrus Jones
My
says
girl Eye Candy, my bad.
Cyrus Jones says, "Not today, kids." As you mentioned, Jimmy, the elder statesman with the win.
Yes, holding off the youngins. All
All
right.
Down with the Almost Yankee loss there. Your dad featured, obviously, in the book Almost Yankees.
Oh,
let me down.
It was.
All right, let's head out to stay in the dirt there for race number 2. A little bit larger field, a little bit larger purse, and just one horse that has raced before. That's all I could afford. With Zach, this being a maiden race. Not won a race yet, but ran 5. They're all I could afford. And then, 7 horses, 2-year-olds, ready to rock.
Yeah, Jimmy, maybe we'll get our first 2-year-old winner now. 7 out of 8 chance that we'll have our first 2-year-old now.
Yes,
win.
And 4 out of 8 chance that Andrew gets.
That's right.
Across the finish line first there. 4 of the 8 horses owned by Andrew. All right, looks like we're ready. Back out on the dirt. 9 furlongs once again, and they're off. Another podcast. W Sauce, y'all, both spick and span. Superfluous pizzazz. Thank you, Kalen. Out to an early advantage. W Sauce, y'all taking the lead. Both spick and span, not far behind. Another podcast now up into second. But W Sauce, y'all is trying to hold off the field as we pass the halfway point. Another podcast not far behind, and now takes the lead. Both spick and span, Mapmaker, Yankee Clipper in third. Mapmaker now into third, but it's another podcast. W Sauce, y'all looking for the win. All I could afford now, fast in third. Another podcast trying to hold off the field, and it's Mapmaker making a late charge. Another podcast, W Sauce, y'all switching. Mapmaker's not far behind, but another podcast gets the win, followed by W Sauce, y'all, Mapmaker, and Yankee Clipper Andrew. All 4 horses, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Both spick and span there in 5th. All I could afford in 6th, followed by Superfluous Pizzazz and Mediocre Samaritan, the trailer. Congrats to Andrew.
Yeah, I think it was a few weeks ago. Andrew got 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, but he's even topped that.
It might be history yet again in the Horse Racing Fantasy League.
Yeah, congrats to Andrew, and it was. And there you go. The first ever 2-year-old winner in HRFL history is another podcast.
So that's $35,000 purse, all but $1,750 going to Andrew.
We've got some comments coming in. Brett says we may never see that again. And yeah, he's right. And Nate notes worst case scenario because Mediocre Samaritan finished out of the money and
Oof.
Andrew hit second place in the league, got first, second, third, and fourth. All right, but that's the way the chips fell.
To that, I'll say worst case scenario is a great name for a horse.
We'll write it down.
If you don't think you'll see that again, wait till next race. We'll see.
All right, nice looking ahead there, Andrew. So we head to race number 3, our first of 2 claiming races of the day, and 22-year-olds, all free agents.
Yeah,
ready to rock.
I guess the G grade horses, of which there are several, would be the favorites. I don't know that I'm going to run through them since there's so many, but good luck, Jimmy. Big field.
All right, thanks, bud. Yeah, we'll see if we get to all 20. I doubt it, but I love to try. See if we can get it here. So back out onto the dirt, 9.5 furlongs. And all 20 are set and they're off. Yellow Submarine, followed by Digital Clutter, etc. No Fanfare, Appetite Circus, Central Bank up into third now. Digital Clutter with the lead. Central Bank not far behind. And all the rest of the horses switching places a lot. Clip Clop now up into second. Such a Clatter in third. Heckacopter now up into third and taking the lead as we hit the halfway point is Heckacopter, followed by Clip Clop. New Alliance now up into second. No Fanfare in third. But Heckacopter back into second. No Fanfare and Heckacopter changing the lead. Heckacopter trying to pull away from the field. Over a full-length lead over the field. New Alliance in second. Sensei in third. Never-ending Move now up into third. But it's Heckacopter pulling away from the field. Never-ending Move. Such a Clatter making a move. Such a Clatter gaining up on Heckacopter. Clip Clop now, right? And it's a photo finish, and it's Clip Clop with the win, followed by New Alliance, Heckacopter, chairman of the board, No Fanfare, Never Ending Move, Yellow Submarine, 24/7, PNE Express, Zamboni Pro, Such a Clatter, Spoinkin' the Royal Juror, Digital Clutter, Appetite Circus, Olong Johnson, Sampedo, Palace Guard, Sensei, etc. And the best horse to finish last, Central Bank. Congrats to Clip Clop on the victory.
Okay, you hear Kaylin's round of applause? I'm clapping too.
Thank you.
Good work. Jeez.
Woo.
All right. Good work, Jimmy. And congrats to Clip Clop.
Nicely done. Did we have any of those 20 horses claimed, Chris?
Now, they were only 10,000 apiece.
Yes.
There was only one claim, and it's Spoinkinator to Nate.
Oh, Spoinkinator.
Yes, Spoinkinator to Nate.
I feel like he deserves a raise for how well he did that, but it kind of looks like you're out of money based on your graphics there.
I will give Jimmy an infinite % raise.
Nice.
And I emailed the image hosting service, and they never emailed me back.
Oh, their email was not found, just like their image.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeez. All right.
Congrats to Clip Clop and congrats to Nate on Spoinkinator.
Absolutely. All right, let's get back down to a small field here so I can catch my breath. Just 6 horses here in our next race, race number 4, purse up to 55,000, and a short one here, just 6.5 furlongs, and all female G, H, and I. We've got 4 Gs. I'm sorry, 5 Gs and an I. So a couple of 2-year-olds here and some veterans as well.
Yeah, Jimmy, you'll notice all the veterans have a win.
Indeed. That's an order. That Girl from School and Nerd Alert.
And nowadays,
there we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. What, Andrew doesn't have one in here? What's the deal there? How about that? All right, let's get our first race here on the turf. Preview of the stakes races later on. We'll also be on the turf, and they're off. Nerd Alert out to the early lead. That Girl from School not far behind. Preeminence nowadays coming up into the lead. Preeminence nowadays switching back and forth. That Girl from School now up in the third, but it's Nerd Alert well ahead of the field to start. Heading the halfway point nowadays, gaining slowly. Preeminence, That Girl from School, That's an Order, and Jungle Cruise rounding out the field, but Nerd Alert leading from the start all the way till now, and nowadays now overtakes Nerd Alert. Preeminence trying to catch. That's in order, making a late charge, but it's nowadays taking the lead, stretching it as we head towards the finish. It's going to be nowadays with the victory for Brett, and that's in order, finishing second for Nate. Nerd Alert in third, woohoo, and Jungle Cruise in fourth, that girl from school in fifth, and Preeminence in sixth. Congrats to Brett, and nowadays second victory of the season.
Congrats, Brett.
Nicely done. Second victory for nowadays, and the sixth victory of the season for Brett's stable.
Brett's pumped in the chat.
Nice.
All right, another field of six here, Jimmy.
Not past the days or future days, nowadays.
Nowadays.
All right. All right, yeah, let's go to race number 5. Stay on the turf, same length. It's going to be the males this time, and a couple debuts here. My boy Citronaut. We've got free agent Angel and Zach's Off Color also making their debut. I'm Mad at You and Prospectus, former winners, part of the field as well.
Yes, and the G grade horses are the favorites on paper. Prospectus, the one among them with the prior win.
Indeed. All right, back out to the turf, race number 5. Everybody's getting money and they're off. I'm Mad at You. All sales are final, out early, followed by Prospectus, Citronaut, Off Color, and Angel. Close one right now. 3 horses, Prospectus overtaking the field and trying to stretch out that lead. I'm Mad at You now charging hard halfway through. And we've got a 3-horse race, Prospectus, followed by All Stairs are final. I'm Mad at You, Citronaut now trying to charge, but it's Prospectus with a small lead. All Stairs are final right there. I'm Mad at You also right there. 3-horse race, Citronaut trying to keep up, but I'm Mad at You takes the lead, trying to pull away from the field. Citronaut charging, All Stairs are final right there, but it's going to be I'm Mad at You, Christian, and I'm Mad at You with the win. Prospectus overtaking the field there for the place. All Stairs are final with the show. Citronaut in 4th, Off Color in 5th, and Angel down in 6th. Congrats to Christian and I'm Mad at You. Second win of the season and 8th win of the year for Christian Stable. Nice job.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man.
Hey, congrats to Christian. I just realized I was muted.
Oop, there we go. You still there? Yes.
Yeah, I'm there. I can hear Jimmy. You guys can hear me? Jimmy? All right, we might be losing Jimmy. But I'm here. So race 6 is all F grade horses, all ages allowed. And so we got a big field, 15 of them, a few 2-year-olds and a few, let's see, 4 of them that have won before. It's a sprint, 6.5 furlongs on the dirt for a purse of $65,000. Jimmy, do we have you back?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
It's hard to tell. I thought I lost you guys. Apparently you got y'all lost me. No, we're good. I'm ready to rock here. Race 6.
All right.
Another big field.
Yeah, here we go to the dirt.
All right. Dude, too many great names here on the dirt. 6.5 furlongs. You said all F grade, F for Fenton. We'll see how close everybody is, and they're off. Liberty out to the early lead. Mr. President passing him up and taking a huge lead over a length over the field. The Dude Abides there in second, shot out of a cannon in third. Jealous Lover now up into second, but Mr. President running away from the field, or at least trying to, shot out of a cannon in second. Jealous Lover in third. No Bagel in second now, and 40 and Slip now up into second. The rest Freudian slip trying to pull away, trying to get to Mr. President, but no one's catching him right now. Mr. President with a full length lead. No bagel, and Freudian slip now far behind. Freudian slip now catching Mr. President and is right there as we come toward the finish. Down the stretch, Mr. President trying to hold off Freudian slip. It's going to be a close one, and it's Mr. President wire to wire, just about. Freudian slip finishing in second. Jealous Lover in third, followed by Liberty, The Dude Abides, No Bagel, Shot Out of a Cannon, Gluten Intolerance, Boom Shakalaka, Antithesis, Gadsden Tide, Honeymoon's Over, Second Gen Stacker, Picturesque, and Blue Shell, ironically, finishing in last place. Congrats to Zach, Mr. President. First win of the year in the first race of his life, of her life. Yeah. No, his life. Yep. Got it right the first time. And Zach with the fourth win of the year. Congrats.
How about that race by Mr. President? Nate says, Mr. President didn't step down today.
Oh,
good one.
That's too good. I can't beat that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, so congrats to Zach. Dominant early in the, so then, yeah. This is
unbelievably large lead there in the middle of the race.
A lot of speed here in the first half. And then enough to hold off the rest of the field. And they got close. I mean, Johnny's Freudian slip was right neck and neck for a big portion of the race.
For sure.
Not enough to overtake the big lead, though.
What were the stats on President?
This is a 2-year-old making his debut.
What grade?
Grade. They were all grade F grade.
Yeah, all F. Which made it even crazier that that lead was there.
Turf or dirt was one.
This was a dirt race.
But for Mr. President.
Oh, well, let's take a look.
Yeah.
Mr. President of Zach's stable.
You got me, Andrew. I didn't get to do as much prep as usual. I would have that usually.
Never.
Negligible difference in his performances between dirt and turf surfaces.
Wow.
Can the audience request drug testing?
Kaylin would like to request drug testing. I do that regularly, all the time, all the horses. Random drug tests. All right, so congrats, Zach. You want to look at race number 8, Jimmy?
Let's do it. Actually, race number 7. Yeah.
7, yes, sir.
No worries. Our second and final claiming race of the day. $50,000 needed for one of these. Brett trying to sell some horses here. 3 of the 6 owned by Brett, 2 by Andrew, and then Nate has Usurper as well. And everybody's going to win some money. Back out on the dirt, 9.5 furlongs. And we're ready to rock. They're off. Usurper out to an early lead. Igo Dynasty overtakes him. And there's Master of a Domain, Laos, Chips and Medallion, $5 foot long is the trailer. Igo Dynasty, though, in the lead, followed by Laos. Usurper now up into second. And as we pass the halfway point, Igo Dynasty with a half-length lead. Usurper, followed by Laos, Chips and Medallions, $5 foot long and Master of his Domain, trying to make it interesting. Laos right there, Usurper now up into second, and Usurper passes Igo Dynasty for the lead. It's going to be a close one. Photo finish there at the end. $5 foot long charging hard too, but it's going to be Igo Dynasty and Brett with the win. Usurper owned by Nate to place. $5 foot long with the late charge to show by Laos and Master of his Domain. Congrats to Brett. Igo Dynasty with the second win of the year for her, and Brett, another win. Is that the 7th now of the season?
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, earlier today too, right?
You did, yes.
Yeah, congrats 5 coming in 2 today. Yeah, congrats, Brett.
All right. Hey, there was a claim.
Ooh, 50 grand. Somebody put up 50 grand. What do we got, Chris?
50 grand. Kaylin purchased $5 foot long. She loved the name. Now, of course, the biggest consequence of that is that as Andrew's trying to chase down Nate for first place. He just got a $50,000 bump. I did the math.
Wow.
2 weeks ago, Andrew claimed $45,000 worth of horses, and Nate sold 15,000 for a net benefit in the standings to Nate of 60 grand. Today, Nate bought a horse for 10 grand and Andrew sold one for 50 grand for a net benefit in the standings to Andrew of 60 grand. So the claims between Nate and Andrew over the last 2 weeks are now a complete wash because of this.
Nice.
But yeah, so $5 footlong to Kalen.
All right. Nicely done.
Served me well. It's a good horse. May do the same for you, Kaylin.
She's across the room. She says thank you. Nate notes that's wild. All right, but hey, again, there's going to be more claiming races over the next 3 race days. If you guys are movers and shakers about the standings.
All right. Looking forward to that. Let's get on to race number 8. Our last, penultimate allowance race of the day. First up to 85,000, and these are all 2-year-olds, all making their debut on the turf, and all E grades. 9 furlongs should be entertaining.
Yeah, I don't have any favorites. I'm just excited to see with such a big field who can capitalize early in their career.
Absolutely.
Also, a lot of the stable owners are represented in this one, which makes it fun.
For sure. Couple with a few. I know I've got 3 in here. Looks like is that Casey there with 2, Nate with 2 as well.
Awesome. All right, ready to go, Jimmy?
All right, let's do it. 13 horses, $85,000 purse, and they're off. Dance cards full, followed by Moonbeam, Conundrum, Cabricon up in the second now. ABC order, Too Good For You, Jeff, Try Again, Pro Skater, Hoop-Dee-Doo review on the circuit, You're a Nightmare, and Checks in the Mail is the trailer. Dance cards full. Now down in the third, Pro Skater taking the lead halfway through. Try Again, not far behind. Too Good For You right there. Jeff making a charge. Now in fourth, and it's still Try Again with the lead. Jeff now up into second. Try Again, maintaining the lead. Moonbeam charging up there. Jeff still in second. Your Nightmare also making a late move. Jeff now taking the lead. It's Jeff and Try Again. Too Good For You making a charge late. As we head down the stretch, it's a photo finish at the line. It's going to be Too Good For You with the win. Andrew and Too Good For You with the win. Brett's horse, Try Again in second, followed by my boy Jeff. And Pro Skater in third and fourth. Moonbeam, Dance Cards Full, Hoop-Dee-Doo review, Your Nightmare, Checks in the Mail, Conundrum, ABC order on the circuit, and Cabricon in an unfamiliar last place there. These last place horses are too appropriate today.
Yeah.
Congrats again, Andrew, with the victory. Too Good For You.
Yeah, congrats, Andrew. On Cabricon, Jimmy's referencing a video game we used to play where we had a team called the Cabricons that they won a lot.
Yeah, you had a team in Cabricon, always beating me, but I digress.
Andrew's horse was too good for the field, though.
Absolutely. Oh, how did I miss that one? Jeez, come on. And, yeah, second place. Brett's gonna have to try again as well. They're finishing in second.
All right, this is one of the most exciting races of the day, Jimmy.
Absolutely.
A grade to D grade 2-year-olds making their debuts. It's the debut of Sounds of the Void, and some other ones that could certainly compete with him.
Indeed, our last race on the dirt, our last allowance race of the day. Purse up to 95,000. That means 57,000 to the winner. 15 horses ready to rock. And they're off. Mademoiselle with the early lead, followed by his boy Elroy. Uphill both ways. I Know You Are But What Am I? Snacky Chan, What the Fluff, uphill both ways. As stated, moving up now up into third, his boy Elroy. And as stated, uphill both ways. All my boys up there. As we go through the halfway point, it's uphill both ways. Sound gives way to Sounds of the Void now, taking the lead. His boy Elroy right there, and he takes the lead. Sounds of the Void in second, uphill both ways in third. Dark Crusader charging up into third. What the Fluff now up in the fourth. His boy Elroy trying to pull away from the field, but Sounds of the Void not far behind and takes the lead. Wonderful charge there by Sounds of the Void down the stretch to take the victory. Brett, Sounds of the Void with the win. Foos Picket Fence to place. The Dark Crusader to show. Followed by, as stated, Snacky Chan, his boy Elroy. I know you are, but what am I? What the Fluff? Uphill both ways. Mastermind. Stay hydrated. Dig a little deeper. Folklore, Mademoiselle, and Situationship. The trailer. Congrats, Brett. Third victory of the day. Sounds of the Void. Wow. Nice job, Brett.
Big win. Big win for Brett and Sounds of the Void. Maybe first of many for Sounds of the Void. That might be a name we talk a lot about and hear a lot about for the next, 6 years?
Indeed.
So fantastic.
The great Dark Crusader there in third.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Foos Picket Fence to see there in second.
So
Nice
Kaylin, Dig a Little Deeper is named after someone Kaylin went to middle school with. Middle school? And her name was Deepa, and she designed the middle school T-shirt, and Kaylin's wearing it right now.
Did not help.
Brett says so. The Void sounds like winds, I guess.
Oh,
What's the sound? All right,
there we go.
Wait, Kaylin has T-shirts from middle school?
Yeah.
she does.
All right.
She's cracking up behind me. If you guys can't hear.
Yeah, right on.
Hey, Chris, if I may, what is the
Please.
story? What's the story behind the name Foos Picket Fence?
Okay, so, my uncle in Utah, he let's see, how do I say this? He would jokingly complain about rich people, and the thing that he specifically latched onto was their big white picket fence around their yards. Like if they had a big piece of property. So he would say, I'll use YouTube language and say, F you and your white picket fence. And so
Nice.
Foo is short for F you and your white picket fence, because that's how he felt about that particular aspect of being wealthy.
Wow, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Nice. I like that.
All right. To the
Are we ready for
stakes-
some? Yeah, are we ready for some stakes races, everybody? Let's go.
big money now, turf championships. And we're going to start to see maybe if how much of a difference being good on the turf makes.
Indeed. We'll start with the 3-year-old female turf championships. We've got 8 of them here. And they're off. She rode Sassy out to an early lead, followed by No Thanks Diplomat. Runt, Disnelodian up into second and taking the lead. Beach Carrot not far behind. She rode Sassy there with a strong second. No Thanks Diplomat. Swamp Knocker, Intention, Beach Carrot, Qualis Tu Nombre, and Runt the trailer right now. Swamp Knocker taking the lead as we've got a close one passing the halfway point. In the back stretch, she rode Sassy, trying to make it not close with a half-length lead over the field. Swamp Knocker up into second. Disnelodian now into second. Swamp Knocker in third, but She Rode Sassy maintained the lead as we come down the stretch. She Rode Sassy trying to hold off Swamp Knocker and Disnelodian. Runt making a late charge. Intention now making an even later charge, but it's going to be She Rode Sassy for Christian and the victory. Brett's Beach Carrot and Intention, the place and show, followed by Disnelodian, Swamp Knocker, Runt, No Thanks Diplomat, and Qualis Tu Nombre, the trailer. Congrats again, Christian, another victory. She rode Sassy. She did indeed.
Congrats to Christian and to She Rode Sassy. That's Christian's first ever
Woo!
stakes win.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes, very nice. She Rode
And then-
Sassy and Qualis Tu Nombre were the most well-rested horses, finishing first and last. So
Interesting. So She Rode Sassy made it pretty convincing at the end, but look at this charge Beach Carrot made to get to second. It was way down here.
absolutely.
And then a late charge to get second. So there it is. I forgot to mention earlier. Andrew had a really successful day today. He did not, and I did mention earlier that Portugal the Fast is taking the day off. But Andrew didn't enter any of today's stakes races.
Oh wow, interesting.
All right, Jimmy, the
Also,
three-year-old male turf championship.
One more note on Beach Carrot: 6 races Beach Carrot has run, 2 wins and 5 places.
Never finished out of the top 2.
Unbelievable.
And it's
All right,
another third place for Intention, and she's getting used to third place.
Indeed,
So
7
not-
races and 4
Yeah.
shows there for Intention. Very tired Intention was too, still with the show, with that minus 24 fatigue factor. But all right, let's head on to race 11, the 3-year-old male turf championships, and 10 horses ready to rock. Lemke, of course, a legend already here in the first season, and we'll see if Lemke can recreate some magic from past stakes races. But a nice field here. 5 D horses. Supply and Demand, though, the Seahorse, possibly slight favorite. As we're off, Lemke out early, followed by Seatback and Tray Table, Walt Stradivarius, Jumbo Cheesema up into second now. Supply and Demand in third. Lemke, though, maintaining a short lead. Supply and Demand, Spothead now up in a second and taking the lead. It's Spothead trying to pull away halfway through the race. Lemke falling down into fourth. Seatback and Tray Table right there in second. Lemke now back up into third, but Spothead, big lead right now as we come around the turn. Walt Stradivarius, Seatback and Tray Table fighting for second and third. Jazz in third now, but Spothead pulling away. Freeman T charging hard. Spothead not pulling away. Freeman T and Jazz right there. It's going to be close, but Spothead holds off the field. Kalen with the victory. Freeman T, Zach's horse with the place. Jumbo Cheesema with the show for Casey, followed by Jazz, Seatback and Tray Table. Lemke down in 6th, La Rambla in 7th, Walt Stradivarius, Supply and Demand, and Albie rounding out the field. Congrats again to Kalen and Spothead, Kalen's 4th victory of the year.
Congrats, Kalen, and she screamed woo. You might not have heard her from across the room. But yeah, congrats to Kalen. I'll tell you, I'm so proud of her. Weeks ago, she had flagged Spothead for this race. She put it on her entry sheet, a note for herself. She had this circled on her calendar. She looked ahead. She's playing chess now. She's not playing checkers anymore. She's been eyeing Spothead in this spot for weeks and weeks. So congrats to Kalen, her first stakes win.
Nice.
I forgot to mention it after She Rode Sassy won, but I forgot to get photos for the new stakes winners today. I'll get them tonight though, and I'll get them online. So I'm sorry about that.
All right. As long as you get them on tonight, Chris, we're going to need those.
Thanks.
It's all good. All right. That's it for the 3-year-old turf championships. Let's move on to the 4 and up turf championship, our penultimate race of the day, the 4 and up female turf championship, and 12 horses, all experienced, of course, being ages 4 to 7. And my girl Apology Accepted, the favorite, the A-grade horse. Pernicious right there, though, with the B grade for Macy. And should be a good one.
Yeah, and just 2 more races today. All right.
All right,
Of
back
course.
out to the turf here.
Of course, Apology Accepted, coming off the stakes win just last time out in the Zenyatta Stakes.
Indeed. And
All right.
looking to get another win, place, or show as she has in all 5 races so far. And they're off. A dull roar, a past dark horse for me. Out to the early lead. Sapphire Surge now up there taking the lead. Sugar Bomb not far behind. Apology Accepted up into third. Gladiator's Best in fourth. It's Sugar Bomb trying to hold off, but it's Apology Accepted now taking the lead and trying to pull away as we reach the halfway point. Apology Accepted a full length lead over the field. Embellishment up into second. It's a close one for second. Sugar Bomb now trying to catch just a half length behind. Apology Accepted. Embellishment charging hard now and taking the lead. Apology Accepted in second. Pernicious now up into third. Sugar Bomb into second. It's Apology Accepted taking the lead. After the late charge down the stretch we come. Pernicious overtakes Apology Accepted and wins the 4-and-up Female Turf Championship for Macy. Pernicious with the win. Apology Accepted in second. Sapphire Surge in third, followed by Sugar Bomb, Squibbler, Embellishment, Pocket Aces, Ginkelwinker, Gladiator's Best, Capiche, A Dull Roar, and Let's Play 2, the trailer. Pernicious upsetting Apology Accepted.
Yeah, congrats to Macy. And how about that charge by Pernicious at the end? It was like she got mad. Look at this.
Absolutely. Would not be denied.
Yeah.
Pernicious in her 5th race, 3rd victory.
Yeah.
And
great,
Macy's
great.
7th victory of the season.
All right, congrats to Macy. And
Apology Accepted, 6th race, 6th win, place, or show as well, but still just that one stakes win last time out.
let's look at this. This is was an important win for Macy because he was at risk of running out of money if he didn't get an infusion like that. So good for him.
Indeed.
All right, last race of the day, Jimmy. Another stakes race, bunch of money here still.
Absolutely. This one's going to be the males and 10 horses ready to rock. Few winners here. We don't say that with a couple wins. Quicksilver also. And yeah, I think we're ready. Another huge purse, of course, 230,000, 138,000 going to the winner and also to the winner of the last 3 races as well. As we wrap up here in beautiful Gainesville, Florida, our last stakes race until the Breeders' Cup. Let's head back out to the turf. And it looks like they're ready to go. They're off. Chasmo 69 out early, followed by Dungeon Master, Enchantment, Quicksilver, In and Outlaw, Razzmatazz. We don't say that. Peterberg, Distracted, and Business Savvy, the trailer. Chasmo 69 still maintaining that lead. We don't say that. Dungeon Master, In and Outlaw, Enchantment, all close right there. But it's still Chasmo with the lead. As we come around the far turn, Dungeon Master overtaking Chasmo 69 for the lead. Enchantment, In and Outlaw not far behind. Distracted now coming up into third. But it's still Dungeon Master in the lead. In and Outlaw now up into second and taking the lead. Switching back and forth with Dungeon Master. Peterberg with the late charge. And it's Peterberg pulling away from the field as we go to the finish. My boy Peterberg with the win. Quicksilver to place. Chasmo 69 to show. Followed by Distracted. We don't say that. Razzmatazz, Dungeon Master, Enchantment, In and Outlaw, and Business Savvy. Woo!
Congrats, Jimmy.
Peterberg, my boy, 2nd win of the year and my 11th win of the year. Peterberg making that late charge from at least in the middle. Might have been farther back than that.
Yeah, let's take a look. At the halfway point of the race, he was about in the middle of the pack, yeah. And then fell.
Just dug deep there.
Came from here. And then
around the last turn.
Started picking people off, picking other horses off quick there. And then it really wasn't even close.
It wasn't. Wow. Yeah, came around that turn with a vengeance. Coming into the stretch.
Yes. All right. How about an update of the standings?
Let's do it. As you mentioned,
Go.
let's see, Macy with a victory, Kalen with a victory, Brett also with a win, Zach with a win. So the bottom four there in the standings, all with wins today.
Oh, this is something I can fix. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, so Jimmy moved from 7th into 6th into the money. And it might not look like a lot changed here, but quite a bit did. These three stables were all pretty close. And Jimmy and Christian with the stakes wins have put some distance between themselves and Casey. Nate's lead on Andrew is Andrew had a great day. But Nate still has it by 325 grand. And I think this does have the next race day's costs already assessed. And then yeah, Macy
almost tripled his money there.
Yeah, which is good because we didn't need him running out of money. His horses need to eat. All right. Any comments from our owners today before we sign off?
Brett also moving from 10th up into 8th.
He's charging back.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Nate.
Nate said, now I know how everyone else feels. A little taste of his own medicine. We still got 4 weeks to go. That's funny.
In honor of Kalen's big win today, I am eating garbage pizza.
Hey, he's eating garbage pizza. Not fancy New York Italian stuff.
No, that been there, done that. I'm eating garbage.
All right, Jimmy, why don't you sign us off? We'll stop the recording.
All right. Thanks everyone for showing up, and we'll see you next time here on Chris Lewis's Google Sheets based horse racing simulation dynasty fantasy league. Have a good night.